deep in the middle of Holland right now. Can you imagine having something like this in your front lawn and in your back lawn? You can't make this up. There's thousands and thousands of tulips and many varieties of bulbs I haven't even seen yet. Look at this. I mean, come on. Let's get going and see what's really out there. Let's go.
And there's flowering quince over there, and the forsythia in the background that's just going by in color. As you see, it's almost in a very, very sandy soil. So right now we are in Keukenhof in Amsterdam, and we're right on the outskirts, and actually we're still in the Netherlands, and this is the biggest tulip area all over the world. 40,000 people a day for 7 weeks come here just to see this tulip event. As you see, it is so colorful. Look at this, a mixture of different varieties of tulips. And they have just a nice mixture of forsythias that are just going by.
It's prime time in the middle of the day. What else is there to do? This is amazing. Well, look come over here. My new friend over here, Rudy. I've been with you all week long, long. Can you pick my brain exactly? You told me 40,000 people come to this event
on average,
every day?
So that's what the average works out to be, more or less. Keep in mind, Easter, long weekends, the locals come out. It's a good time to be here during the week because there are less people. That's it. People
there's
come from
thousands.
all over the world.
And you know what the funny thing is? When I was in the parking lot, there's buses and buses and buses. It looks like an RV sale that you're actually selling something.
Looks like one.
No, I know.
But keep in mind, this is only open from the 23rd of March this year till about the 11th of May.
Yeah.
So everybody comes from all over the world to see this magnificent car.
And there's the word, all over the world.
All over the world.
And look at this.
79 acres, 7 million bulbs planted here every year.
Hold on. 7 million bulbs every year?
Yeah.
Who's the guy that does that?
Oh, it's an association, or what you actually call a cooperative, yeah. And so all the different places where you see the flowers, the different cooperatives are working it, they set up their brands there, they send their gardeners, and basically once it's shut down by the end of May, they leave the bulbs in the ground, they start to dig them up in June, and they really make plans how they're going to do the new gardens. So by November they plant them, and they start popping up in about the month of March. That's obviously when it opens. And on purposely, they grow them in layers, you know, so that means that when the first lot dies, the next lot is moving, and so on. So they manage to keep it about 6 to 7, about 55 days a year.
Really?
Yes.
So we have 7 weeks
Yeah.
to come down here and look at all this every single day. And I would love to do that, and I think I will. I don't know if my wife would like to do that every single day, because there's literally how many miles and miles of tulip? So one thing I just, in my imagination, some of these trees here, look at how they're perfectly manicured, and they don't look like they're alive.
No, they brood. These are probably sycamores right now. Oh, they will start blooming later on, yes. They provide great shade in the summertime, but by that time it's all closed here. Good for the gardeners.
So when you go to the garden center, wherever it is, all over the world,
Yeah.
you see those bulbs in paquettes.
Yes, they're coming from the fields we drove by a bit earlier.
Wow.
They
This
ship
is
them-
amazing.
They take them out the ground, they put them in greenhouses, they're regulating the perfect temperatures, and then later on by the month of September, October, they start shipping them all over the world. And you should plant them in a country that has full seasons around the month of November.
Now, where we are in the Netherlands, okay,
Yes.
you were making jokes about Holland, etc. They have really, really good soil. Is that correct?
Well,
and
this-
why?
Now, this is actually what the tulip bulbs like. Is this area over here, so they like a sandy soil. Yeah? Now you have to keep in mind if you do it on clay, that can be a bit more of a difficult situation, and particularly for exporting them, if there's any clay left on them, that means they will not go through the Department of Agriculture, let's say, you say. So on sand, they are much less prone to have a stuck to it. You see what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly,
And
yeah.
so in these places where they, so to say, process the bulbs, they put them on like conveyor belts, and they're literally people, they're looking at every single bulb, making sure that...
Every bulb?
Yes, they go through, 4 people sitting, the conveyor goes by, the ones they don't like, they throw away.
So if you're just a regular gardener and you say, I want to make a tulip in front of my house,
Yeah.
you'll have like a tulip here and all that.
Well, what we
Do you have all these people doing all this?
no, this is on a processing plant.
Yes, yeah.
But let's say myself personally, I generally always get tulips in November, and then a bag of 50 or something like that. And
I was going to ask you, how many do you plant?
about 50. That's one is 50, 75,
Do you
100.
plant them? Do you plant them the correct way?
Not really, because I'm a bit lazy. But you're going to teach me, right, Jimmy? You're going to tell me how to do
I'll try.
it. Okay,
Yeah.
when you get back home, do you want to have like 7 million bulbs in your garden?
Not 7 million, but at least 100,000.
Okay.
Seriously, no kid. Go ahead.
You throw this coin,
Yeah.
and it should make it happen here in this fountain.
Really?
This is called the tulip fountain.
So this coin here will make my dream come true.
You'll be a rich man.
Do you promise?
I wouldn't put my hand on fire.
Let's try. I'm going to make my wish.
I hope it comes true, but you can't tell anybody the wish.
I'm not. That's the whole purpose of wishes. You don't
That's
say
right,
them out
that's
loud.
right, yes.
I don't even say. Rudy, thank you
It's a
so
pleasure.
much.
You're welcome, Jim.
We're actually having dinner. We're having the rest of the week, the rest of the month together. I'm exhausted. You know what, something?
And it's only day 2.
I know, it's only day 2. We got a lot to see. Hey, watch what else we got. You're going to enjoy. Let's get out there and see what else is going on.
Enjoy
Rudy, I think it's time for lunch, though. What do you think?
a raw herring.
You're buying. Look at the Kwanzaa cherry trees. They haven't even bloomed yet, but once those start cracking open, they'll be strictly unbelievable amazing. And look at this, a beautiful, really cool shrub, side to side. But you know something? It's not a shrub. It's 2 trees tied together in a loop. And look at that. It's a beautiful arbor. You can't make that up. So amazing. If you could smell through the TV right now, the smell from the hyacinths over here are just unbelievable. And we're going to go a little bit closer because they're actually in full bloom right now. And if you see, look at these. I mean, those are breathtaking. What a beautiful mixture of tulips and hyacinths. Purple, white, than the yellow ones. What a creative garden.
Moses.
And like Ruby said, everybody participates and plants these every single year, just about the same time. It all depends on the weather. But yeah, like I said originally, look at the Kwanzan cherry, known for its bark, is just starting to bloom. And those you can grow up north. So look at this. You could create something like this in your garden. Guess what this is? It's a wisteria vine. And you know what they're using for it down here? They're using, yeah, good old-fashioned seashells. Look at this. All natural. Unbelievable. This will be filled with beautiful flowers. And the fragrance is going to be unbelievable. Could you imagine walking out and going, wow, look at this? Well, let's go see some more amazing color. You're gonna love this. All the tulips are getting attention, they're in full bloom, but then you come over here and look at, this is gonna be a beautiful story. They haven't even created themselves yet, and they're ready to show everybody out there. And this variety is called tulipa. Yep, you can do this in your garden too. Just with a little bit of ingenuity and a lot of mapping out and some exciting thing in, you can create this with a nice hedge in your backyard. So we got at least 5 to 6 weeks left. You imagine every day people are going to see a garden creating itself every day in its own little way. Let's see more. Like I said, look at the trees. They're so manicured and perfect. The shapes and the sizes, they fit into this beautiful pond garden right here. It's a whole sanctuary. You can even hear the birds. And there's more wisteria right here. And this one here has some very unique plants. And I don't know if you all know out there, but the tulips were all presented here way back, and they were exchanged on the stock exchange, and this is where it all started. Vendors from all over the world and all kinds of commercial people used to bring all their plants here. It was like a showcase, like who had better all over the world. What a creative garden. And even a nice pot that brings out color, and that's called lavender. Look at a mixture of narcissus and tulips. As one is in full bloom, then the other one sets off and starts showing itself. So maybe this year this one will compete against this beautiful garden right here. Not only can you see the tulips and the amazing blooms that they're doing, but they also have, yeah, native strawberries right now. Quite amazing. So you got food and you got an amazing view. Look at this, same thing, but this one's got some really good color. And if you could pick out the fragrance on the hyacinth, it would pop out right to you, right on the TV. Look at that. Tell me those don't look like roses. Nope, they're tulips. Look at this one. This one's called Melody. And you've got some unbelievable daffodils right beside it, mixed with narcissus. But one thing about this garden, the yews over here, look at how they have them so manicured. And it's only April.
And this must be the king to the garden, making sure that everyone's doing what they should be doing. Maybe it gives some nice good life to the tulips.
Look at this. You can't make this up. Yeah, we're still looking at tulips, but I had to come in this. Look at this. Do you know what this is? This is a miniaturized grapevine. And the flowers are just starting to bud up. Could you imagine the amount of grapes that are going to be out there? And could you imagine the birds are going to come in here and go right here? It's so cool in here. During the summertime, it must be so cool in here. All filtered by some beautiful, beautiful foliage. Let's go out and see what else is going on.
Look at this. They have such a mixture of different tulips and daffodils that as one goes by, another one pops right in. Unbelievable. And you can actually smell the fragrance from the hyacinths in the background on the other garden over there. This one particular one is called Tulipa Cherry Delight, and the other one is Tulipa World Friendship. And just after you see the snow just about going out of the ground, these are what you see coming out of the ground, the first thing before you see all your tulips. Unbelievable. And they're called Blue Moon. Green Day Tulipa is in the middle, and that hasn't bloomed up yet. But you got the little bee there doing his business. Right on target. The azaleas, right after all the tulips all bloom, then you got your azaleas coming. Rows and rows of tulips, and in the background is a beautiful, it's just slightly going by in color, but it's a flowering cherry. And if you see the way the grounds are on the grass, it kind of looks like it just snowed out. Look at all different textures, but also planted, so you got bloom in the middle, and then these are ready to go in the next couple of weeks, and then these are just starting, so you never lose color throughout the whole 7-week season. And they did the same thing with this garden right here. And the bees, the pollinating bees, are loving it. And here is millions and millions of tulips and they're growing them just for the bulbs. And the same with the hyacinths.
Well, you want to know where your bulbs come from when you see them in the package at the garden center and everything? Well, that's where they grow them. And these particular ones are grown just for the bulbs. And there's literally miles and miles of bulbs. So the next time you plant a bulb in the front of your lawn or in the back of your yard, more than likely they came here from Holland. And can you imagine? Look at this. He's got the best house in the entire world. And if you see all around, this is the irrigation that they actually use to grow the bulbs. What a great resource. And it's just about free. So most of Holland and the Netherlands is all built up above the water by a dam. If we didn't have dams down here, most of it would be slightly flooded. So they control the water, and this is one way they control the water. And they use the resource of water to grow these bulbs. Look at this one. It's called Pretty Princess. And this one here is called Orange Princess with the white prince. That's a matching pair. And you know, you can't make it up. Look at this. It's almost like you're in Jamaica or in Florida. They even have palms down here. And they do really, really well. Look at this breathtaking color over here. The narcissus in a big, big, big way. You just can't make that up. Look at the way the manicured grass is. Phenomenal. And there's the palms in the background. Just simply breathtaking. You can't make this up. So look at, some of the plants are spent. What do? They re-put new ones in a big way. So you know something? This was an amazing day. I hope you enjoyed this show as much as I did. Could you imagine what else during the week we're gonna get our hands into? Well, look at the backdrop. I gotta go home and I gotta get something to eat. I gotta go back on the boat. But what an amazing, amazing day here. Looking at all the tulips from all over the world. Well, from the Netherlands. We'll see you soon.